Hi, welcome to Sage Circle. I'm Amythyst. Today's pick a card is not going to be a long pick a card. There are 4 piles to choose from. The Spirit has nudged me to do a pick a card for your original origin when you first came to Earth, or your last origin just before you came here, just so you can get a bearing on your background, I suppose. So there's 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, 3, and pile 4. Please excuse the camera and the lighting. It's the best I can do. It's 1:30 in the morning and I have a sleeping family, so I'm kind of limited to my movements right now. So, pile 1. This first card is about your origin. This is your origin on this card. So, here we go. Pile 1. The fairy realm. Look at that baby, all snuggled up in a flower. Spirit is saying you are from the fairy realm. It doesn't necessarily mean you are a fairy, but you are most definitely from the fairy realm. That is so cool. Now, this card here is about what you need to work on in this life to help heal inner wounds or turmoil or conflict associated with how you live your life now, which is built up from this original life. And it says, the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but having new eyes. Spirit is saying that if you are having issues with settling in a job, swapping jobs around, can't get comfortable in your own skin, aren't happy with how you look, don't like your friend circle, feeling out of whack, feeling like you don't fit in properly or what have you, Spirit is saying you need to stop that. Spirit is saying the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. Again, you are from the fairy realm, and there'll be a whole element going on in your world that does seem different to you, otherworldly to you. You might feel like you've got a part of your life missing, or something that you can't quite remember, and that's what it is, the fairy realm. So look within, do some research, find more information out about the fairy realm and what creatures, animals, or what humanoids, what have you, are from the fairy realm, and you will get an indication of where you are and who you are from there. Next card. Honestly, guys, I shuffle these cards. Fairy magic. That is a Reiki symbol. It says, respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. I'm pretty sure the other information I just said could tie in with this card. So if you haven't worked with fairy magic before, I do give a cautionary mark towards that, because fairy magic is exceptionally powerful. I do agree fairies are cute and all the above, but their magic is otherworldly. It is so strong and so powerful. Please don't ever disrespect a fairy. If you do see fairies, or you might even remember fairies from your childhood, you might think it was a dream, or you might think it was a memory. That was real. That wasn't make-believe. They weren't your imaginary friends. They were your friends and family. So yeah, but if you're not used to working with magic, I do recommend you research first. Doreen Virtue has got a lot of information, good information about the fairy realm and her depiction of the fairies. So, I recommend you look into her. But you can use fairy magic for just about anything. But you always need to give blessings. The summer solstice is coming up actually, and that's a good time to worship or praise or give blessings, not so much worship, but give praise or blessings to the fairies and give thanks. So yeah. Now, this particular card here is what you've done in your life, majority of your life, on this life cycle to do with this origin. And it says, hunter. Look at him. He's from the fairy realm too. He's no nonsense though. Look, he's got prized possession around his neck and he's wearing a crown. So it says, track down your fears and desires. Okay. That crown, those antlers are actually growing out of his head, but it's still a crown to me. Look, he's got he's got antlers and horns. Now, that could almost be a young Pan, to be honest. But at the same time, this guy isn't a hunter to go and get you guys something for dinner. This guy is a hunter of spiritual beings, of elemental stuff, of things that need to be hunted, locked up, put away, or whatever. In the fairy realm, he might be a headhunter for all I know, but Spirit is saying that you were this hunter like this in a past life, in a multiple past lives. And even in this life, you might be a hunter. You might, gather coupons for groceries. You might hunt out a good bargain every other weekend for op shops. You might be known amongst your friends and families for being able to hunt out something, a great table or a fantastic parking spot or what have you all the time, because it's still in your nature. Next card. Strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Well, it's kind of like she's from the fairy realm too, hey? She's got big, beautiful wings coming off the top of her hat. It's a Pegasus. She's a warrior. Maybe they coincide. It's definitely a message from Spirit. They don't mess around. Look at her. She's a warrior. Maybe you're a warrior. You're definitely a hunter. Now, this is particularly for your bloodline, your DNA link, your family, what have you. Spirit is saying that this particular stone, your family from this origin, which is the fairy realm, you have used in your origin over the ages for years and years and years and years, hundreds and hundreds into the thousands of years. And Spirit is saying if you don't have any, Spirit would like you to get some and work with it. It's Unikite and it says live in the now. So Spirit is saying that if you've got the opportunity to really focus on finding out about your origins with the fairy realm, he recommends, and I say he because you'll hear me say he a lot because one of my guides is a male and he's with me, so I say he. But Spirit is saying that if you can work with this stone, you might even get some good downloads about your background. But you can do meditations and things, or you can chant or put yourself into a meditative state to find out exactly where you guys fit in the fairy realm. Quick messages today, guys. Clear and concise. Now, I couldn't believe this. This card flipped over in one of the other piles. I don't know which one it is yet, but it flipped over as well when I shuffled these today and one of the four individual cards out. And this says, Page of Earth. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. And look what's on the bloody card. A fairy. Couldn't believe it. Well, I can believe it, I should say. So, Spirit is saying it is time to do some study and look into the fairy realm. You'll be surprised what information you come up with. It says dependable, scholar, patient, successful. Page of Earth. Beautiful. Pile 2. This card is your actual origin. Your origin before you came to Earth, your last origin just before you came to Earth, or your very first original origin once you came to Earth. As a human, that is. And it is a witch's cat, Salem. Look at that. I have a black cat in real life named Salem. His name is Salem Sage. He's 4 now. So Spirit is saying that you come from a long line of witches, mystics, psychics, seers, soothers, healers. It could be tarot. It could be anything. You could have had family in your bloodline, including yourself from back in this time where you were the right-hand man to a king, for example. You could have been a nun that a witch nun, you know, like not a witch nun, but, you know, I mean, you could have been a priestess. You could have been, you know, a herbalist. You know, you could have done healing like techniques with energy and things, you know what I mean? So it doesn't just have to mean witchcraft, but anything to come under mysticism and the occult is all through your bloodline. Whether you knew that already or not, this is definite yes, that's the truth. I'm actually from a long line of mystics, oracles, witches and all that stuff. I am a witch myself. Witches are real people. So yeah, but that's quite interesting. So whether you know it or not, this is the information. Spirit is saying that if you do a little digging, you'll be able to get out some information. Now, you might remember a family member in your life, they might even still be alive, that would constantly have dried herbs and stuff hanging around the house, indoors or outdoors, you know, or they always tended to herbs, or they would always be the one that cooked big feasts and meals for everybody when you had gatherings and stuff. No, I'll do it, they'd say, or what have you. They'd love to just get in there and do it. That's a kitchen witch. That's a herb witch. They were doing magic and spells with your food for protection and safety and all sorts of different things. You'll be very surprised. But it's not just limited to witchcraft. Okay, guys? It could be, like I said, it could be healing energy. It could have been, you know, masseuse even. A masseuse back a long time ago was a very sought after person because you had a healing touch about you. So, yeah. Next card. This is what you need to work on in this life, from residues left over from all the other lives to do with this origin. And it says, learn to be alone. It helps you grow. So you might have had abandonment issues as a child, or get anxiety now, separation anxiety, or really don't like being on your own, or don't mind being on your own, but really struggle being out in crowds where there's thousands of people because you feel like, holy shit, I'm isolated, or there's too many people here, or I'm singled out, or what have you. So Spirit is saying that learn to be alone. It helps you grow. If you are getting into the occult or mysticism or tarot or anything like that, Spirit is saying you'd work better if you were actually a solitary practitioner, whether you're a witch or other. But the lesson that you need to learn or work through or harness is learning to be alone, because it helps you grow. Cool message. Next card. Perseverance. The motivation to keep going despite the odds. Wow. So, learning to be alone. It helps you grow. It might be hard. You mightn't like being on your own. You might be the opposite and going absolutely not. Or you might be on your own so much that you turn into a hermit, literally, and all of a sudden you've grown this long beard and have a staff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just there's always an extreme that you can't cross, or that you shouldn't cross, because it's not healthy. So if you're too shut down and too hermity, you need to persevere and come out of your friggin' cage, your shell, whatever, and get back into the real world a bit. But at the same time, the overall message is that you need to work on being alone. You need to work on how that looks for you and why you like to be alone. And if you can connect the dots to do with your family heritage, you guys might be Romney gypsies. You know, you could have a Romney background that you're not aware of at this time, or, you know, you could have Serbian links. You know, you could have shamans in your family, or what have you, that you weren't even aware of. So persevere. Go it alone on your path, get the information you need, ask the right questions, but then if you decide to practice any of the things that you've learned or want to learn about it more, do it as a solitary thing. So this card here is about what you did in your life for the bulk of those lives. What was your main role through those lives? And it says, Sage. Isn't he gangster? He's riding on a leaf. He's just kicking back in the forest, leaning on a tree. He looks cool. You know, you could have some genuine conversations with this dude. But it says, be devoted and committed. So Spirit is saying, if you're already practicing any of these things in the holistic healing, you know, world, like you could be in the, you know, starseed arena already, or you could be a light worker. You might know these things, but Spirit is saying, keep it going, be devoted and committed, because in multiple lives you were a sage. You don't just get to a sage by going, you know what, this is really cool, do a bit of research, ta-da. It's a lifelong practice. And you know what these guys do? Actually, that's really interesting. They're solitary. They might live all together and what have you, but they do have whole moments of not speaking and being solitary. So maybe that could be what you need to work through. Cool. Next month. Oracle cards. Look. Might even look like you or somebody in your family. It says you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself or others. Okay, do we have a covert psychic in amongst this pile? Do we have somebody that actually is a psychic and you're out of the psychic closet for this pile? Spirit is saying, Oracle cards, you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. Maybe you're thinking about doing this stuff because you've always had a calling to it and now you're ready to come out about it, or you're ready to embark on the next phase of this. Spirit is saying do it now. This is all through your family. This goes right back through, honestly. Beautiful. How cool is that? Cool. Okay, so this particular card is a stone or a gemstone or a crystal or what have you that has been in your family, your origin family, right back through the ages. I don't even know where this stone comes from, but Spirit is saying if you don't have any, they'd like you to get some and learn all up about it if you don't already know about it, because you need to start using it and you need it in your life for the rest of this life at least. Bloodstone. It says get up, get moving. Wow, cool. Thanks, Spirit. I'm just going to have a sip of water, guys, okay? Icy cold water. Okay, so the final card for this particular pile is Unity. And it says Archangel Sandalphon. Archangel Sandalphon, I'm pretty sure, is Archangel Metatron's twin. And it says, traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Research as much as you can. Get as much information as you can. Now, I have mentioned that Spirit is saying it'd be good for you to be solitary in your endeavors, but that doesn't mean you can't be social for the learning phases. But the information you're compiling or you're learning, don't give out to people so much. Keep it close to your heart. It's a private, personal journey. This is amazing. Look at this dude. Doesn't he look a bit wizardy? Doesn't he look a bit sagey-magey? Awesome. Thank you, Spirit. That's cool. Next pile. Pile 3. Okay, pile 3. This particular card is your origin from when you first came to here on Earth, or your last origin just before you came to Earth. Okay, so it is a dolphin, which to me is Atlantis. Spirit is definitely saying, yes, your origin is Atlantean. Now, more than just one star being, seed, group, what have you, ended up and was in Atlantis. So you're Atlantean, but you might be Palladian or whoever your people are. But Spirit is saying you were definitely from Atlantis. And see, this dolphin, you might have worked with dolphins. You might have even communicated with dolphins. You might even have a connection with dolphins. Maybe you need to listen to a bit of dolphin music and lay around in the bed or lay on the floor or out in the back grass and have it in your earbuds. I don't know, go for a walk down to the beach and have dolphin music playing in your earphones. You need to have a connection. But you were definitely from Atlantis. I'm not from Atlantis, I'm from Lemuria, but I did do a fair whack of time at Atlantis learning how to do psychic surgeries and stuff. So now the main thing you need to work on in this life from built up residue on a mental capacity from all the lives that you've been from Atlantis is love is enough. What the hell? The yin and the yang scenario for me, the black and the white, it comes up all the time, doesn't it? Okay, so Spirit is saying that you need to learn in this life that love is enough. So you might feel like you need to go above and beyond for people in your life because you don't think that they understand how much you love them. And by going above and beyond is really showing them your devotion. That is not healthy. Honestly, are you burning out right now? Because you might be. If not, you might be getting close to burning out. Spirit is saying that you might not feel loved in your life, that you might feel as though, you don't get your needs met, but somebody or the people that you're thinking about might actually really love you, but your love language could be very, very different to theirs. We pick our family. We pick our family for this particular life. It's all predetermined. We chose to be here and we chose to have this exact life right now. So, you need to work with that. So what you need to work on is love is enough, however that is to you. This one, goddess, healing, feminine energy. Awesome. So Spirit is saying that you need to work on your femininity, your feminine energy, to clear some karmic feminine energy for all the other feminine energy right back to the Atlantean origin. Spirit is saying that if you can do some meditations, join a group, read books, find out the best way, go and have a karmic healing even, find out the best way to clear up your feminine energy, to heal your feminine energy, because you represent everybody right back through the ages, because you're awake, you're aware that you're from somewhere, that you're not just whatever, born and then you're gone again, as a human. So Spirit is saying you are a goddess. You're a goddess in your own right. And even if you're a male, you still could be a goddess. You could have goddess energy, because we are all from the same space. We are all from spirit. And you have a feminine energy as well as a masculine, no matter what your gender is right here, right now. So if you are a male, you need to get your feminine energy in balance. You can find meditations and stuff to do that. You can eat certain foods to help equal that out, or what have you. This particular card is about what you did for the bulk of your time in Atlantis, or through that whole bracket of time. This is your main role in that world, life, what have you. And it says on here, shapeshifter. Love it. So it says on the bottom here, transform and unveil your gifts. So, wow, this is a sick card. I love it. So basically what Spirit is saying is that you were able to communicate with all the different species, all the different animals, all the different starseeds, tribes, creatures, everything in Atlantis. You were able to communicate even with the reptile style ones and the mermaidic reptiles as well. There is such a thing as mermaidic reptiles. So you were able to communicate with everyone. You could speak all their different dialects. That's what you were born into that world for. You were almost like the person that would, translate. You'd be the translator. There you go. You would shapeshift. You would morph into whatever you needed to be able to communicate and respect those cultures, that tribe, that family, whatever it is. I mean, you might have gone and been with dolphins, but then you might have gone into being with the cave dwellers, or you might have gone to be with the tree dwellers, or you might have been underwater. You might have lived underwater yourself and would be able to come up onto the surface and go onto land. So it's about shape-shifting. So that's what you would do, and you would be able to communicate. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. So this card says, writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. Cool. Now notice there is an angel over that woman's hand, holding the pen and helping her write. Spirit is saying that they have messages to pour through you as a channel from Atlantis. They want you to start jotting down whatever little things that you think are relevant. You might get an image, you might, be in the kitchen doing something and go, oh my gosh, that was crazy, and go grab a little book and write it in. Grab a book of some sorts. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could be. You can make it as crafty and as nifty or as plain as you want. It's your book. And you just need to start jotting down all this information in there. But Spirit is saying, you've got a job to do in this life. Look, he's holding his heart. He's a beautiful angel. Right, this is a stone that everybody in your family, right back through the ages, to do with this particular soul link on this journey, This is a stone that your family would use, that would wear as jewelry, or, you know, in their caves or whatever you had in Atlantis. This is it. And Spirit's saying if you don't have any of this, they want you to get some. If you do have some of this, give it a good cleanse and start incorporating and learn all the information you can about it, and then go with it from there. And it's angel light. Support is all around you. Look, he's supporting her. He's supporting her. Even these animals here, he might be a shapeshifter, or she might be a shapeshifter, or he. But he's supported. Look at that. Amazing. Cool. So angel light, guys. Okay, so the overall message that I asked for the last card for your pile, and it come up as strength and Archangel Ariel. Now, Archangel Ariel is actually the angel of animals, and you have come from Atlantis. You're Atlantean, so there is a lot of animals, sea animals and land animals and stuff there. So you maybe might be able to have a meditation or try and connect with Archangel Ariel. She'll be waiting for you because this card has come out. Oh, she's so lovely. She's got a mad vibe. Oh, look at that in the background there. It looks like, could be like Atlantis, you know what I mean? Even like it's a bit hazy, even though it's in the sky. Oops, I just about dropped that. A bit hazy in the sky, but look, could be underwater too. So yeah, so it says, great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion. Oh, look at that. There's a sphere in there, and it's almost like that. See? Awesome. Thanks, Spirit. Okay, I've got one more pile to do, guys, and then I'm going to have a shower and I'm going to go to bed. So, the fourth pile, here we go. Hi, pile 4. All right, this card is specifically about your origin, your closest origin that you had when you first came to Earth as a humanoid or adapting into human form, or your last origin before you came to Earth, or when you got to Earth. And yours is Lyran, or from Lyra. You're a starseed from Lyra. That's beautiful. Now, Lyrans do have a feline look about them, like this lovely girl on the card here. But they can also have a lot of feathers and things as well. And believe it or not, some Palladians, not all Palladians, but some like Palladians and Syrians can also come from Lyra. And Lyrans are the oldest star beings known. And there is a real life, you can look it up where Lyra is, and also the main star for them is Vega, I'm pretty sure. And the portal to the angelic realm is also in Lyra. How beautiful is that? So that's pretty damn awesome, guys. Okay, so this card is about what you need to work on in your mental space or in yourself in this life to help clear up a bit of some karmic wounds and some debris from all the lives associated with being Lyran. Now, it doesn't have to be karma, karmic or karma. It's thrown around like it's bloody hot sauce, the last couple of years, that word, but it could just be debris. And it says here, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So, if you feel like you're getting bullied or picked on, or you're not happy in yourself because you're down in yourself, you're the only person that can make you feel that way. Now, if you are genuinely getting picked on in your work life or in your home life or your school life or whatever, that is not okay. And I do recommend you go and get somebody to get you some help. If you're in a domestic violence situation or something and you can't get that help, you can get that help. You can still get that help. Notice this is a cat too, which is interesting. So Spirit is saying no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So what you need to learn is that other people's opinions doesn't mean that their opinion is right of you. It's just their opinion. It's just their opinion, Don't let it bring you down. And if you are in a genuine unhealthy situation, you need to go away from there. You know that. So your card here says achievement. win the award, accolade, or contract. Okay, so from what I know about Lyrans is that they're not necessarily the first ones to jump in and put their hands up for hard work, but once they start a project, they are exceptionally thorough. Their attention to detail is fantastic. They will leave no stone unturned when it comes to whatever project they're doing. So it says here, win the award, accolade, or contract. You might be really good at school, you might be really good at uni, you might have moved up the ranks in your career quite easily. You know, you just might have that innate ability about you because you're from Lyra. Now, this particular card is about what you've done in most of your life from Lyra when you got here after Atlantis and stuff. This is what you were doing as a human. And it says warrior, and that is a Maori man. Look at him, and he's a warrior. Look at his weapon, right? Look at his, I'm pretty sure that's whalebone or bone in general. And he's got his beautiful tattooing all over. He's got his feather. He's a warrior. And it says, be fearless and stand strong. So basically, it's known from different places around the world. There's been talk along the years that the weaponry in New Zealand is that of an alien source. Their weaponry is alien because of how advanced it was right back in the primitive time. It was so advanced that it was alien. So I wouldn't be surprised if, I'm not surprised that you've been there. Now, it says here, body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So you might be into any of these things. He's got a tattoo here. And he's got wings, so it's definitely Lyran. And notice that they both got tattoos. So maybe you do none of these things, but maybe you're a tattoo artist. Maybe in this life, as well. So you could be any of these things. Your life purpose involves bodywork such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So if you're looking to any of those things, Spirit is saying you're on the exact path you're supposed to be. But how beautiful is this guy's wings? Okay, this on the other side of here is a crystal, a stone, a gem, or what have you. And Spirit is saying that it has been a part of your family link, your bloodline, your true source, which is Lyra, from forever, since you guys came here, or even before here. And Spirit's saying, if you don't have any of this, they want you to try and get some, please, and work with it for however that is. And it's azurite, and it says, get laser focused. That's how pretty. Look at that. It looks like it's got a fragment of earth. It looks like earth, doesn't it? From an aerial view. Beautiful. So Spirit is saying that this has been in your family for a long time, that you guys might have had, like goblets made out of it, crowns, jewelry, whatever, whatever it was at the time. And they would like you to get some. If you don't have some, to please find some if you can. And the overall card message for your pile, it says justice, Archangel Raguel, and it says, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. And that's what I was saying earlier here. It doesn't matter what people think. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Archangel Raguel is the angel of justice. Look, he's also got a sword like Archangel Michael, but he's also got the balance. The scales of justice, the balance. And he's saying, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. That is a major lesson for this part. But it's just debris from other lives. So if you can work through that, you'll be better for it. So that is all the information I have tonight, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the normal jazz. Even just a love heart or something on the comments, a thumbs up would really help me. I'm only new to YouTube, as you know, so, But be safe. Blessed be. Much love. Amethyst.